Hello, my battalion and viewers. I'm the Knight of Arcane, and today we're doing something that was inspired by a Drawfee video from last month at this point, something around those lines. In the Cereal Mascots redesign challenge, Nathan decided to redesign Count Chocula, probably because, getting close to Spooky Month at that point. And I thought to myself, what if I did that with all 6 cereal mascots for Spooky Month? And then I decided, what if I gender swap them? What if I gender swap the 5 classic ones? And thus, where I redesign and technically gender swap the Halloween Cereal Mascots. And there's a various degrees of, I think, good choices and bad, but let's have a look at them, shall we? To start with, I decided to do a Fruity Yummy Mummy. And you can probably guess, I came up with like a funny pun wordplay change name for her. And did that with also the other 5 classics, where I was calling her Fruity Yummy Mommy. It's okay, maybe it is a little bit of a surprise, but who knows. So I decided, or at least tried, to give her a mom bod. Or at least what I saw when, Googling mom bod. It kind of works. There's like a little more padding on like the hips and stuff, and try to do like a sort of a mom fashion, mainly in the outfits, or at least like did those like kind of high pants, and the top was just what I felt like, because I still wanted to show. I like, for some reason, when designing mummy characters, like showing a lot of the bandages. So doing that on the body especially. And I did like the wraps around the mouth because I like that design. Like, I don't remember how her name is, but the mummy in Monster Prom has that. So I wanted to do that also because I like that. And I like having like the bandages on top of the hair. And did I follow a lot of the prompts, a lot of designs that like original Yummy Mummy had? A little bit. When we get to it, I did use a lot of the colors. I color picked a lot from all of them. I will say, I love her design, but after coloring it, I'm like, the colors are good. They fit for what the redesign is. But I actually love the general design and want to come back and use her design for like an original character, because I do have ideas involving monsters, so I might at some point do that, and it just won't be using like the bright colors from like the straps. And I had to go through and make sure like each strap was used, like different colors were used, because like there was a lot of different ones. A lot of pink, yellow, and pinks and yellows were used mainly in the original art, but I used also some purples because there were some with purples. And I mainly use like blues because I felt like that's kind of like sometimes like a mom color used with especially this outfit. And I did also do some other outfits, including like showing off like got the mouth like also shown, pulled down one, and kind of the more classic outfits for mummies. I guess for Yummy Mummy's lore, she's is a mom, probably like a soccer mom of some sort. Though I do have, like, ideas. Pretty much I have ideas for relationships for all of them. I think I'll talk about that relationship headcanons, and I might mention that when we get to it. And, yeah, she came out really good. She was the first one we did, and it made me very excited for what was going to come. This is our Carmela Creeper redesign. I've so many times probably don't want to say, it's probably not Carmela Creeper that I'm probably going to say, because I have certain brain rot to a certain show, so you can probably guess what name I might be saying, or almost wanting to say. But for her, I decided to do a redesign. And I didn't do a gender swap because, honestly, I just wanted to draw a lot of female monsters. Sue me, I think they look cool. But for this, I kind of wanted to try to go more into like the kind of punk rock design, and also have some zombie she is like a zombie, so I put some more like kind of open parts, kind of like how Monster Prom does like a lot of open parts for their zombies at times. And I decided to make her like she would be kind of like shorter, a little like chubby. Very much very much a pear shape, which fits because it's green. And I used like some stripes. I used, I think, a lot more orange than is sometimes used, but there was like a few boxes I saw that had like some orange, so I wanted to use that in. And I added like bits of skin that were pink because she is Frankenberry's cousin in the lore, so I wanted to use some pink to kind of symbolize that. And also, if you might notice, or depending on where the cuts are and all, I pretty much did the full color, or at least base colors, for the first one before I did like the headshots. The headshots aren't very much special anyway, but still, like, but I wanted for these to have like some headshots also. And like I kept her ponytail, but I wanted to do like a shaved back thing. Honestly, I can honestly say it. 100% was inspired by like Nimona's hairstyle, which we can kind of say also she was kind of the inspiration, at least a little bit also, because she has that more pear-shaped body, and I like that body shape. I do want to use that more with some characters because it does look pretty good. It can be used really well, and I thought it would work really well with my redesign for Carmela Creeper. But yeah, I kept to like a lot of the greens and then also some oranges, and I honestly do love how she looks really well. You might notice some blue with like the necklace and the bow. That is because in this lore, she and Boo Berry are girlfriends. Why? Because I can. Why not? I can do what I want. It's my lore. But with that, I decided to also add like some little bits of color from their significant other. So when we get to Boo Berry, you'll notice some things also. On with Boo Berry. For her, I did see like a lot of the hats, and I know like the classic one is yellow, but I wanted, when we get to it of course, it's purple, because I didn't really think yellow would really work in this color scheme, so I stuck with like blues, purples, and a little bit of red here and there as like an accent. But with her also, I wanted her to be kind of short, kind of like, I don't know what the word would be, kind of like a gentleman like looking character, even though it's a female. I'm very much, in my mind, I was thinking of both like Roman Torchwick and Neo from Ruby. Not surprised, they are my favorite villains, so there is a little bit of that was like thought of when coming up with this. Honestly, probably a lot more, because I do also split her hair in two colors. It takes a while to get the color I want. But yeah, I guess I was partially thinking of like in Ghoul School, how like the Phantom or whatever, he is kind of like a dapper guy, and wanted to do that with the Ghost. Because I kind of like that idea with like ghosts sometimes. Obviously, it's, depends on the ghost. So like this one, yeah, 100% think that, but I could also think of ones, wouldn't be surprising, doing ones a lot like Polly, where they're all party-like and all. But yeah, and also one of the headshots I came up with, it's definitely inspired by something that was definitely inspired by some merch that came out this month by someone for a certain show. Kind of like classic toon looking, and have like the head twist around because, being creepy and all. And also the top one has like the bigger hat, and like it has like a very, like, it kind of reminds me of like the like cowboy Barbie outfit, but I do think maybe also a little bit I was thinking like Carmen Sandiego in some form of way. I don't know why or how or for sure. And yeah, I took a while to figure out how I wanted like the hair, if I wanted it to be like purple, white, blue, and I stuck with the half blue, half white, and I really do like how it looks. I do also like the little like suit thing, like in the one of the headshots. Like, she probably just wears a lot of skirts and dresses, I would say. But I do like the kind of formalish business thing. And also, I, like, 100% do like a lot of creepy shading on the bottom headshot. Because just to have a lot of fun. And as you can see on her waist, she has a green bow. You know, showing that their relationship. I probably could have done like the red bow on top be like that green instead. But I kind of like the green on the waist. It kind of, while it kind of can be hidden, it is also still there. And like the red bow is still like one of the more prevalent designs in the actual thing. So still fits. Fruit Brute is definitely one, like, them and Yummy Mummy, I never heard of until, honestly, it was probably the food theory about, like, Count Chocula's lineage. That's probably when I first heard about those two. Because beforehand, yeah, most people know about, like, Frankenberry and Count Chocula and Boo Berry. Probably Count Chocula the most. But I did, for this, want to use every single one. And with them, I did mention that in Boo Berry, I changed the Y to an I. But for this, one of the names that first came to my mind with Fruit Brute was Fruit Butch. Like the butch fashion that, you know, some, like, females wear. I do, like, also on my feed on Tumblr, like, someone reblogged or made some, like, Hex Maniac in like a with like a butch hairstyle and outfit, so that was definitely in my mind when coming up with this. I haven't drawn that much like wolf or technically any that much when it comes to furry anatomy at times, and so this was a lot of like trial error and trying stuff out, new stuff out, and probably you can guess where I might have done some reference imaging. But yeah, I definitely tried that with the hair, making it kind of like short. Could be like kind of androgynous. And with like the main outfit, I chose like a suit and tied some suspenders because there was definitely a lot of that in my reference images, at least especially the suit part, but also the suspenders were because of like the original outfit had a lot of suspenders. Fruit Brute had like suspenders, which I also do use in like the top headshot and the bottom one, though the top one is more like the overalls I think like the original one had, and like one of the redesigns, well, one of the corporate redesigns pretty much, while the bottom one has like that, but there it's over, or like a black top bra like thing, which like, yeah, she's, I mean, I guess technically all of these are lesbians, but yeah. And like the coloring, it was kind of hard. Or I guess like I chose like the base or the fur that's going to especially be around the face as like a lighter color, and then like a darker color around the edge, which is also used in that. And then use like red for like the main hair fur parts, because well, there was like a little bit of that. I think it was like usually like on the parts around the skin on this one box I found, but I wanted to also use it and use a lot of like purples, oranges, greens, pinks on like in places, because that's what like the overalls and suspenders were. They were that color, along with also a little bit of a tan. I do like how she came out, though I am still working on like, we can call it furry anatomy. Still working on furry anatomy. Okay, Frankenberry. Frankenberry is technically actually the first of the monster cereals I've ever tried. Our family, I don't know, never really did them that much. Later on, I pretty much would try this. I would try Count Chocula and Carmela Creepers. And Count Chocula is the only one that I think is really good, but that's just a chocolate cereal. So, no surprise. But with Frankenberry, because like Frankenstein is always like a big hulking monster, I kind of wanted to do something like that with Frankenberry. With, well, I guess her name is Frankie Berry. It's not that hard to figure out why the name stuff. And It's kind of, there's a little bit of like, I guess, punk in it, because like half her hair is shaved, and with it also being a little long. I know there's a lot of stuff around Frankenberry's ears that I didn't use here, that I didn't use in Frankie. I did use some like stuff. I guess I technically just made her, gave those like ear gouges, and I decided for like a kind of like punkish collar, gave sort of punkish collar with like a bunch of bolts. But also around the eyes though, I do still kind of do that I don't know what it is, glasses, goggle like thing. I do also remember that now that, oh yeah, I kind of made her a bit jock looking, because like the outfit is, or at least the top is like a sleeveless hoodie. I think I was looking at Vi a little bit with that. Arcane coming out soon, so got that. And but also just like shorts, and put some chains around like a belt and like suspenders, because he for sure had has suspenders. I'm pretty sure. No, he has chains, and just made him like a sort of suspenders thing, which like I've technically two main these big images had that, and one minor image for someone. And I don't know why I did gloves. I think I did it because like I just wasn't super happy with the hand. I'm honestly like torn. Like there's parts of her design I like, but she's not my favorite. I do try like a lot of different colors with like the hair. I almost try like a reddish color that is used, and then I also try to use that color for like the patches of skin, but I then went with purple for the skin and pinks with like the hair. But yeah, like I said, there's a lot of parts I do like. I like the bottom headshot a lot also. It just looks really good. And one thing I do like is like, I don't know how this happened, but like I think I did it with like another original like original Frankenstein character, where I put their stitches across their head, across their nose, and I like that a lot, so I did do it here. It kind of does feel like a wrestler's mask almost, which like, since I am trying to partially make her kind of jock coated in a way, it kind of works. Yeah, there's a lot of parts like I would like to have done better, but overall I think she came out pretty good, though probably at the bottom of the rankings. And lastly, we have Count Chocula, or I guess Countess Chocula. And I will say, there was definitely some parts that was kind of hard to figure out what I wanted to do. Like, there's definitely some shapes in the hair I especially still wanted to use from Chocula original, and I did want to also put her in like a big dress. I don't know, I like vampires in like the big dresses. Like, yes, obviously they could still be in like normal stuff, or even like punk related stuff, but like the big dresses, flowy dresses, like it's just like a stunning image that I very much like. Probably because of vampire, but that's beside the point. So I do it, and like there's a lot of changes and stuff I've tried to figure out. And one thing is, I still wanted with the hair to have like the points, which was 100% hard. Well, there were two things I wanted. I still wanted to have the hair to have like the points, and I wanted to have the cape with the collar. And that collar was hard to do, because I guess I really didn't know where the heck it was supposed to go and all. Do I know how it's supposed to work even in the end? No. But it kind of works in the end, and she still has the cape. Honestly, figuring out it did work out in the end. And then I wanted like to have the points, but I kind of in like a bun-like shape. I'm remembering like a vampire character in Face Off, the makeup show, not the Nicolas Cage movie, and that was my mental inspiration for that, and I do like doing it and how it came out. The other random additional headshots were definitely a harder thing to figure out for this one. I wasn't liking them as much, and some of the heads, even in the end, like there's some I guess like proportions, angles and stuff that I still don't entirely like. I'm not super used to drawing like the same character that is like original design multiple times. So this is definitely one thing I have to practice on, and so this is kind of what this whole thing has been a practice on. And I like the little dress that the top one also has, or like the top of it that you can see. It's probably like a very simple, kind of more summery, and the bottom one, like, it's interesting at the very least. It's supposed to be more like, I guess, a normal vampire-ish outfit, but it's okay-ish. I like the sleeves a lot on the original design, and like the kind of all the layers, because like that's kind of what a lot of those dresses had, like a bunch of layers. And I used a lot of the browns, and honestly there are parts of this design I would like to figure out how to use myself in like other stuff, and like with different colors, because it works really well. It looks really good for Countess Chocula, but I think if for a more original character, I would, probably use, honestly, I would use a lot of different colors. Brown would not be my first color choice. It usually isn't, but I do like how she looks. And she was the last one done, and I do have to say, I really do like how it still came out at the end. I love how they all came out in their own different ways, and this is like the first big redesign thing I have pretty much done on the channel. None of the stuff is really redesigns. It's mainly be like putting them in stuff, so this is a very new territory for us. But I do think they came out really good for a first time. But what did you think of them? Obviously, let me know in the comments, and if you want to see more redesigns. Do I know for sure what else I would redesign? Not really, because one thing especially like I said, with like Yummy Mommy's design, with redesigning, I like the design I come up with a lot, and then want to use it for my own original stuff. So there's a hard thing about that. But I hope you all enjoyed this. If you did, leave a like and subscribe to join our growing little Arcane town to be in the know for future videos, redesigns possibly, and our other spooky month plans. We have like a few more that we should hopefully be getting out, and with some that I'm really proud of. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Later.